On my recent shop tour video, I mentioned one of the issues that I have with my old Ridgid miter saw is this handle. The little knob here, the rubber coating on it's disintegrated, and I've been unable to find one. I tried to find one on Ridgid's site, but it shows as discontinued. So today I'm going to try to see what I can do to fix this one. I thought about trying to 3D print another one and put it on a bolt to make it work. But I think underneath here is hard plastic. I've just got to get all this rubber coating off. Then I'm just going to see if I like the hard plastic enough as it is, or if I need to do something to put a rubber coating back on the knob. But anyway, we're going to work through that right now. So I'm just going to try to hold on to it and see if I can get all this gunk off myself here. And I was kind of wondering how well the like a shop rag would work, or if I'm going to have to move to something more like a an old towel or washcloth or something. But so far this seems to work. I may end up going through the whole roll here, but I'm going to try find an old flathead screwdriver and see if I can just push it with that. Oh, that works great. That's what I should have been doing to start with. And now we're really starting to uncover the hard plastic knob that's underneath all this rubber coating. Okay, that worked pretty good. I'm talking kind of loud now. The rain's picked up outside, hitting the metal roof. Makes it pretty loud in here, but hopefully you can hear me. That actually worked really good. I mean, I've still got to do some cleanup, and now is probably the time when I need to just break out a rag and really clean up each individual area there. And I was just thinking I probably have some cleaner that might help remove this. I mean, I've got brake cleaner, I've got acetone, I've got a little bit of everything over there that I could use, and I may try some different chemicals and see what might take the soft rubber off but not, impact the hard rubber at all. So maybe back, I'll find something to see what else we can do to clean this up. All right, I grabbed a few things to try here. So I've got WD-40, it's probably the simplest to try. I've got some carb cleaner, brake cleaner. Thought I had acetone, I got kerosene. We'll go with that. I'm gonna get started with each one here and we'll see what we get. The rain had quit and it sounds like it's coming back. May even be a little bit of hail now. Brake cleaner. Now let's try out the kerosene. Well, I'm not really sure if any of these helped too much. I mean, it definitely did make it easier than just trying to rub it off. I don't know that any of them were better. I don't know if any of them were better than the other ones. Thinking the brake cleaner may have done the best. So I may just try to use it on this last bit and kind of see what we get there. It is definitely cleaner. We're definitely getting there. So I think just a little bit of brake cleaner to kind of finish it off. Now, you know, the question is going to be, once I get this completely clean, am I going to be okay just putting this back in here and using it as a black, you know, hard rubber knob or hard plastic knob? Kind of trying to think how I'll rubberize this. Now, you might remember also on the shop tour video, I talked about my drill press, how I knocked it over in the truck at one point and it broke one of the three handles off. My friend Mark welded it back together for me. I sandblasted it, got it all cleaned up, repainted it, but it felt like the tips of the three handles needed to have a little more grip. So I used Plastidip and dropped them in Plastidip, and that worked perfect. And I mean, it's 10 years later and that stuff's still solid. I mean, it's not peeling or not coming apart at all. So I think that's what I may do with this, is see if I could get orange Plastidip, that'd be even better. I'm not sure what colors I'm gonna be able to get. I probably still got the can that I used on the drill press, but it's been like 10 years. So even if I find the can, it's probably dried out. I'm not sure it's gonna give me much use. I'm probably gonna need to go buy one. I think Home Depot has it. I'm not sure about Lowe's, but I'll go check it out. I think Amazon had it, but it was quite a bit more expensive for some reason at Amazon. So I'm gonna try to get some after I get this cleaned up, and we'll try to Plastidip it and see what it looks like and see if we can get a good before and after image. And definitely the feel of it should be better, but we'll see what it looks like. All right, I'm gonna let that set for a few minutes and we will see if it will come off here in a bit, and maybe it'll work a little easier. All right, let that set for about a minute or so, and we're just gonna see how this comes off, how well it will. That is actually coming off pretty easily. Oh yeah, don't spray this indoors without a respirator. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, got the knob all cleaned up here. Little bit scratched just from the screwdriver, I think. But you know, that was definitely the reason I didn't want to use like I mean, I could have got a steel brush or, you know, steel wool or something and really got that removed pretty quickly. But I wanted to try to preserve the look of it as much as I could. Now, you know, in theory, I could put this on today and it's just gonna go right back on and be totally functional any day now. So, I mean, it's still gonna work. Could loosen it, use it to move the saw, lock it into place. That's gonna work. I just do like the rubberized feel of it. So I think I am gonna go ahead and try to find some Plastidip, and we'll test that and see what it looks like. All right, I was able to stop by Home Depot and grab some Plastidip. They only had the black one. I know it looks like it's yellow, but it's the black one that was in stock. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the knob off here. And I was thinking what I would do is dip it down in there and get it on the knob. And then I'm gonna build a little platform here to hold it and let it dry. Kind of what I was thinking, since the only way I have to screw this into something, I believe it was this guy. So I'm gonna put it on here dip it in there here, and then I can just set it here to dry. And I've got some paper here, it'll drip on the paper, but you know, I'm not worried about that. So let's go ahead and get this set up and we'll go through it, see how it works. Now, I did grab this at Home Depot. I said it was 10, like 11 bucks, something like that. Kind of weird, it's a little more expensive than that on Amazon, but anyway, I'll leave the link on Amazon if you'd like to go investigate some and try it yourself. I'll put the Home Depot link in there in case you're local to Home Depot that has it in stock. I'm not sure if it's that price everywhere, but it did seem to be a little bit better price. All right, hopefully you can see this. Let's give it a shot. And I'm just going to hang that there and let that drip on the paper. Put the lid back on the Plasti Dip here. And we'll see what we get. And here's a little view as the rubberized coating is starting to dry. I'll set up a different view here and you can watch it is dripping down. That's why I went ahead and put the paper down. Started to get a little concerned about that finger, I guess, coming off of it. So I went ahead and flipped it upside down. And here's the same view, but I've got a light on it so you can see a little better that the finger, there are little mountains sticking up. I'm kind of concerned if that's going to dry like that. So I left it setting in this position and came back later in the evening, and it looks like it has taken care of itself pretty well. There's still a bit of a rough patch right on top, if you can see it there, but I'm totally happy with that. I'm not going to worry about that. It just kind of, as that little finger dissolved itself and went back into the rest of the rubber, it created that little hole there. All right, we're a day later. Let this set overnight. I think it's going to work out pretty well. You know, I was kind of concerned about the little, I don't know, drip there, but once I flipped it over, it kind of smoothed itself out. I mean, obviously you can't feel this on the camera, but it's got a very good feel. It may not be as thick as the rubber that was on here previously. I mean, I could dip it again, but honestly, it feels just good. And let's go ahead and put it back on here real quick. I mean, it looks so much better. Perfect. You know, I can lock it in. Anything I need to do, and it's not going anywhere. That's just perfect. Got really good grip on it. You know, the biggest thing for me right now is when I touch it, I'm not going to have the gunk from the other one come off. So this is just about perfect. Exactly what I wanted to end up with. Now there's a few other handles on here. You really can't see it from there, that are likely going to need to be replaced at some point. It's going to be the same thing. You know, if I look at this one, the rubber on this is starting to deteriorate pretty good. So this will probably be another project. Go ahead and take this, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be about the same thing under there. So I'll just get this rubber off and be able to, you know, make a nice grip on there. This is not, you can feel it and tell it's starting to deteriorate, but it's not quite to the place of this one. Like, it's not coming off on my hand when I just wipe, you know, when I rub on it. So anyway, I'm probably not going to mess with it now, but at least I know an easy way to fix it when we get there. I'll give you a link in the description for this from Amazon. I'll go ahead and put the Home Depot link also, as it appeared to be cheaper in Home Depot. But anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.